probably the most courageous conversation I've ever had. And it's the one that saves my life. Because she is an amazingly calm woman. She understands, she empathizes, she just knows me. She's also very firm. It wasn't long after we got home I was with the doctor. And the doctor is amazing. She's firm too. Psychiatrist, therapist, level 3-4. That was my big pit. So you can have more than one pit, right? About another 30 minutes, yeah? But we're searching now, right? I'm still gonna do it. Psychiatrist, he doesn't lie me on a couch and say, tell me about your childhood. Well, thank God. But I just tell him everything. And he says, Martin, you've got something called generalized anxiety disorder. I say, well, it's got the word anxiety in it, so yeah. No. You've got generalized anxiety disorder. This means that your anxiety levels are like this all the time. You're in fight and flight constantly. I'm like, wow. It's no wonder I couldn't put everything into practice like people were telling me. It's no wonder it didn't have the impact of it. It's no wonder I couldn't deal with the holiday, right? Because I'm up here. I'm ready to run from the bear. Right? It doesn't make sense. We're getting some, trying to get some inner breakthrough here. I'm like, oh. And you're thinking, oh, Martin, that's a bit of a cop-out because you had an underlying, illness. Yeah. How'd you get generalized anxiety disorder? Prolonged periods of stress. In my case, I worked it back. 10 years of corporate stress. Building, coping mechanisms. Don't be a failure, don't fall over. Hello. That's how you get it. Still got it. It's not going away. What do you do to get rid of that? Or to help with that? It's a pretty powerful medication. Look at antipsychotics. Antipsychotics? People have a fit about antidepressants. I want both. Jeez. But you see what happens is then the stress levels come down. And you can start thinking clearly. And you think, oh wow. And then you can start putting into practice everything you've learned. And it's like, oh wow. This is a much better life, right? I'm feeling good about this. I go to the therapist, we have great conversations. And then she tells me this thing about self-belief and core values and core beliefs. My self-esteem. I suddenly realised, right? I've been living someone else's life for 20 years. The core values, the core beliefs I had, that voice we talked about in the core, wasn't my voice. Remember who I was? The sporty, artistic, music, people, outdoorsy person? That was me. Guess what? That's me again now. I tell you, when I had that conversation, I literally stood up and everything just melted away. Shadows literally fell from me. And for the first time, I stood in my own shoes as Martin Seville, proud to be who I am, confident of who I am, knowing exactly where I was going to go next. Oh, it's amazing. Thank you. And we're going to talk about the hero's journey and what I did with that at another session, I'm sure. Yeah, okay, thank you. There's the big moment, right? So you have this inner breakthrough of, oh my God, I'm finding myself. And my thing is, I want you to be yourself. And you guys, some of you guys are really owning yourself, right? Be yourself, because when you're not yourself, just a face, just a mask. You're just playing a character. The fulfillment is about being yourself. And the empowerment comes from, what do I then do with that? What do I then do that? I knew why I'd been through everything I've been through. And actually, there's underlying stories I haven't even told you. Other scary stories. But I'd been through everything that I'd been through because somehow, even though in the moment I didn't know it, I had the strength to get through it. I had the support to get through it. And the reason I was given that strength to go through it was because I could then share my story and inspire others and say to others who are stressed and overwhelmed, stop, do something about it. I've lived the life that you're going to live if you don't do something about it. Trust me, it's not a good one. Let's do something about it. So I can use everything I've learned. I've said about Ted McGrath, you have a life story, you have life lessons to give, build a business around it. That's what he helped me do. That's what he helped me do. Because I then used that. Remember the story? There you go. That's your story structure. What I did, as I said, I'd been on a hero's journey. I felt it. I felt it. When I stood up at the end, I felt like the hero of my story. Everybody should be. Your life story. If you're not the hero of your story, right? Who is? It's your story. You're not a side character. Now, I built a program, I built a coaching business around the hero's journey. I called it the hero's journey. Long before I knew about Joseph Campbell and the hero's journey, believe it or not. I actually called it, I just knew it as a story arc in movies. I looked at my life story and I looked at the life lessons and I went, it starts with action. And Tony Robbins would say, starts with massive action. Actually, it's the action. The massive part is the effect it has on you. Because you can take small steps, right? We can start with a to-do list or a diary. It's not really about the to-do list or the diary. Because if you manage these things and you can master what we're telling you, for Paul, it's about leadership. You have to be a leader. For me, it's about you can step into your true self and actually be yourself and confidently and calmly manage your life and have the relationship with the people that you want to. Not just a relationship with work. So first thing is about actions. Because when you're stressed and overwhelmed, you've got, I can't deal with it. So you need to take simple, effective actions. I can't have a self-belief, conversation at that point. It's going to blow your mind. It's about action. So you take action first. And then, once you free yourself up a little bit, you start thinking. It's about thinking positively. It's about how do you think about scenarios. It's about reframing your view of the world. It's about being positive, but it's not being happy, clappy, positive. It's about, seriously, what are you thinking all the time? If you're thinking negative things all the time, guess what? You're going to be negative. The next thing is about thinking, and guess what? The last one is about belief. It's about belief. It's that last stage that I went through. Self-belief, the core values. Who are you? And use that. So I built a business and I built my program and I'm focusing on the Act Like a Hero part of the program for the next 6 months. I'm launching it. So act like a hero, think like a hero, believe like a hero. That's my thing. That's what it's all about. My statement to you is I believe you are good enough. Because there are too many people that sit there overwhelmed, overstressed, and they say, I'm not good enough. It's not them. You are good enough, and you are the hero of your story. You might need a little guidance, but you are the hero. And we broke this down, and I've actually used the system that Rachel used. Ironically, I had done this with Ted. I just didn't realise that's what I was doing. Sneaky, these mentors. Sneaky. Empathy coaching, which you could substitute for my life purpose. Now, I truly believe that. Amazing to find your life purpose effectively. It's not a job. I haven't got a job. I haven't got a career. I've got a life purpose, and it feels amazing. But my life purpose exists to transform the existing story of those hard-working, conscientious professionals, managers, business owners. Can't use those in the world, right? Now, I'm not talking about slackers here. I'm talking about the hard-working, conscientious ones that just want to do a good job and want to do a good job for their family. And I'm going to move them from that horrible stress, overwhelm, not feeling good enough, not feeling like they can't cope, and ultimately their health and their relationships are deteriorating. What a great place that is. Well, I've been there. I know what that feels like, right? I'm going to move you from there to a brand new story of empowerment. To be yourself, to truly know yourself. You're not good enough. You can take control of your life. By doing this, you're going to be healthier, happier, and have a more fulfilled life. At work, probably more importantly at home, in your relationships. And that's what I call being the hero of your story. I'm Martin Seville, the hero of my story. I hope you're the hero of yours. Thank you.